I'm going to discuss the Hillcrest School District Sports Uniform Agreement that will be with Jeff's Sporting Goods. And in here I have Hillcrest School District will be hereinafter called Hillcrest, and Jeff's Sporting Goods will be hereinafter called Jeff's. This is just basic information of rights of logos, and that the Santa Barbara School District is who is under Hillcrest. So I'm going to begin with definitions, and under definitions I covered the school grades, which are middle school, elementary school, high school. Hillcrest marks, just meaning that the logo, symbols, mascots are Hillcrest of any programs. The team shall mean any of the athletic teams that are attending Hillcrest. The game are the games, matches, and competitions. The coach shall mean the individual employed during the term of this agreement to act as a head coach employed by the Hillcrest School District. The contract year shall mean the school year that this contract covers and is a consecutive 12-month period during the term of the agreement. Covered program activity shall mean the games and practices, as well as staff, meaning coaches and assistants. Products shall mean the athletic wear and apparel. The authentic competition apparel consists of uniforms with the Hillcrest logo, player, and last name. Uniforms consist of the following, which are basketball, volleyball, and soccer. Hillcrest reserves the right to order up to 500 single items that comprise of sports uniform items. I have in here the term. The term of this agreement will be one contract year, which is from July 15, 2018 to July 15, 2019, unless terminated earlier in accordance with the terms and the conditions. Jeff's product supply obligation will consist of a partial consideration of the rights granted under this agreement. Hillcrest shall be entitled to order uniforms as needed and receive the below indicated amount as its first order. The aggregate retail of supplied product that Hillcrest may order for each order is set forth based on need and number of enrolled students. Product ordering, delivery, and logo. I have in here that ordering shall only be submitted by the coach with a purchase order signed by the superintendent. The school logo must be submitted in a high-resolution DPI JPEG, or failure to supply this high resolution could create a delay. Delivery shall be made 30 days from the first order submitted by July 24, 2018 for delivery on August 23rd. Any expedited orders will be delivered within 15 days of an order in 20 pieces or less. I also, and the reason I place that is because sometimes students come in during the middle of the school year. Consideration. Hillcrest will make an additional advance payment to Jeff's in the amount of $10,000 in exchange for the right to take delivery of an additional order within days after placing the first initial order. So the first initial order is graphed out right here. You have the basketball short socks, basketball tank tops. You have the quantity, the price of each piece, the total for these two numbers, and the total is $5,687.50. Hillcrest agrees to pay Jeff's $10,000 plus $5,687.50 within 14 days after the signing of the contract. I also added in here termination rights for Hillcrest as well as for Jeff's. Hillcrest has a 5-day cooling off period in which they will have the opportunity to cancel this contract, and I place that in there so that there's not a rush on the day of receiving the contract, but you have 5 days. And also the same for Jeff's. They have a 5-day cooling off period in which they will have the opportunity to cancel this contract. I have in here breach of contract. If Hillcrest fails to uphold the guidelines of this contract, it will be a breach. Hillcrest shall pay Jeff's the amount of the initial order, which is $5,687.50, with the additional $10,000 for a total amount of $15,687.50. If Jeff's fails to produce the items pursuant to this agreement, Jeffs will pay Hillcrest a sum of $20,000. This entire contract, I added this because we all know that sometimes parents tend to jump in there. So I put an entire contract. This contract is between Hillcrest and Jeffs. Hillcrest gives authorization for the coach or coaches to place orders with a purchase order signed by the superintendent. No other staff, parent, or student are allowed to place orders for uniforms on or under this contract. And then it will be signed on this day of this month and the year. This contract will be initiated and enforced under the guidelines set above. The superintendent shall sign, and also Jeffs. And that concludes my contract.